Welcome back to Car Chronicles, where we dive into the most intriguing and impactful stories in the auto industry. I'm your host, Justin Rambo, and in today's episode covers the backlash Mazda is facing over their controversial remote start subscription, Dodge's issues with the Durango surrounding police departments, and major funding news from Chinese EV giant NIO. Plus, we'll look at why Chery's delaying its EV production in Spain and what these moves could mean for the future of the EV market. Buckle up. This is going to be a packed episode. Let's start with Mazda. Mazda is under fire after introducing a 10-a-month subscription for remote start capabilities, a feature that was previously accessible through open source software. For years, Mazda owners could use open source platforms to remotely start their vehicles at no extra cost. However, the latest models have locked this feature behind a paywall, sparking backlash from both tech-savvy car enthusiasts and everyday drivers alike. This move follows a broader trend in the industry where automakers are shifting toward subscription-based models for what were once standard features. BMW and Mercedes have explored similar models, but with each new development, it raises the question, are we paying for too many unnecessary services? Many are questioning whether this feature as a service model will become the norm and what impact it could have on customer loyalty. For Mazda, the backlash is already proving to be a PR headache, with many taking to social media to express their frustrations and even threatening to switch brands over what they see as a cash grab. Next up, we have a story that's causing major problems for law enforcement agencies across the US. Police departments are reporting widespread issues with their Dodge Durango units, from transmission failures to electrical system malfunctions. These Durangos have left the officers stranded mid-patrol, a dangerous situation for both officers and the communities they serve. Many of these departments depend on Durangos for their power and durability, but the ongoing issues have caused delays in response times and increased maintenance costs. To make matters worse, Stellantis, Dodge's parent company, has reportedly been slow to address the issue, leaving many police departments without reliable vehicles. This situation is particularly alarming because police departments rely heavily on these vehicles for emergency services, and downtime can be costly, both in terms of money and public safety. Some departments have already started looking into alternatives, with Ford's Police Interceptor utility emerging as a potential replacement. For Dodge, this could signal a major loss of trust in their vehicle's reliability, especially in such a critical sector. In the EV world, Chinese automaker NIO just secured a massive $1.9 billion capital injection from its parent company and shareholders. This comes as NIO ramps up production of its expanding line of electric vehicles, including its upcoming ET5 and ET7 sedans, as well as their flagship ES8 SUV. With this funding, NIO is looking to scale up its global production capabilities, especially as it faces stiff competition from Tesla and other Chinese rivals like XPeng and BYD. But it's not just about making more cars. NIO is also investing heavily in battery technology and autonomous driving systems. Their innovative battery swap stations, which allow drivers to quickly exchange depleted batteries for fully charged ones, have already gained significant traction in China. NIO's push for global expansion means that the company could soon become a serious competitor, not just in China, but in Europe and North America as well. With this financial backing, NIO's future is looking bright, although, as we've seen with other EV startups, success depends on execution as much as ambition. Meanwhile, Chery, another Chinese automaker, has had to delay its plans to build electric vehicles in Spain. The reason? New EU tariffs on Chinese imports have made it too costly for Chery to set up shop in Europe at the moment. This is a significant setback for Chery, which had hoped to make inroads into the lucrative European market by building EVs closer to its target customers. With the EU's recent moves to counter China's growing influence in the global EV market, companies like Chery are facing additional hurdles as they try to expand into Europe. This delay could open the door for European and American automakers to solidify their presence while Chinese companies reevaluate their strategies. However, Chery isn't backing down completely. They're reportedly looking into alternative ways to mitigate the impact of tariffs, possibly by focusing on other regions before making their European push. Now let's talk about EV depreciation. It's something every EV owner needs to consider, especially with technology evolving so rapidly. Recent studies show that top-selling EVs, like the Tesla Model 3, can lose around 25% of their value after just 3 years. Other models, particularly from lesser-known brands, can depreciate even faster. This is a big deal for those thinking of buying an electric car, especially when it comes to resale value. While the upfront savings from incentives and lower running costs make EVs attractive, owners need to be aware of how quickly their vehicles can lose value. Interestingly, while Tesla leads the market in terms of technology, its resale values tend to hold up better than many other EV brands, largely due to their strong brand recognition and regular over-the-air updates that keep their software current. That wraps up today's Car Chronicles. From Mazda's controversial subscription model to NIO's massive funding injection and Chery's delay in Europe, there's never a dull moment in the automotive industry. Let me know in the comments what story stood out to you the most. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more updates on the biggest auto stories. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, linked in the description for more behind-the-scenes content. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your host, Justin Rambo, and see you next time.